The story of Moroni, a spirit of the kingdom of heavens. Moroni means one only love. Every prophet fulfills a divine request to test his form of faith in the Father in remote worlds. Every prophet has got his own time. The revelation is relative and subordinated to the being's living evolution. Yes, little son, Moroni is the same Isaiah of the ancient world. For every spirit is born again. He requests new existences, just as Moses, who is the firstborn son himself. Moroni is a spirit who requested Father Jehovah to test a free will and a living faith, and it was granted to him. Every prophet requests to be a prophet in remote worlds, but many are called and just a few are chosen. Moroni requested the Father to leave in this world a form of faith that it would exalt the Father's scriptures above everything. For every prophet knows that every spirit is tested in life, including the faith. There are many kinds of faith, and in the kingdom of heavens, the prophets compete lovingly into who could bring more children to the Father's light. To be a prophet requires more knowledge, to have been born a greater number of times, to have a greater salt of life. Every prophet has got a hierarchy in his knowledge. Every prophet requests trials in his life. For everybody knows that all of those who requested to overcome difficulties, greater is the award in the kingdom of heavens. Every prophet has got an older trinity than the rest of the creatures. Moroni has lived 3,000 reincarnations as a human creature. That is why it was written, people is the flesh. Every knowledge learned in succeeding existences becomes fire. To Father Jehovah's own image, one comes out of the solar fire and returns to the fire. All the human creatures, including every prophet, have come out of the sons Alpha and Omega, of the galaxy Trino. From these same sons, the firstborn son Christ came out of. That is why it was written, and he shall come to the world shining like a sun of wisdom. I verily say unto you, children of the world, that soon shall you see his face shine like a sun. From each little pore of his flesh, a solar ray shall come out. The prophets shine according to their divine hierarchy. The brightness is infinite and variable, just as the individualities and the humanities of the Father are infinite. Moroni is reincarnated on earth. He requested to be born again. He is in the Orient. He is a humble farmer. He is an Indian. Moroni has a forgetfulness of the past, just like the other beings. He requested Father Jehovah to be present in the great biblical events that are approaching the world. Moroni has already gained the resurrection of the flesh. In many worlds he has received the same celestial award. He has become a child many times in his respective planetary dwelling. For the resurrection of every flesh is a magnetic transformation that occurs in the physical body. All of those who believe in this law of the resurrection of oneself will become children again. At any age, those who did not believe in it will not be resurrected, for they themselves opposed to it. But denying the infinite power of the Father, they denied themselves. They denied their own entrance to the kingdom of heavens. It is more likely for those who recognize the heavens to enter the kingdom of heavens than those who denied it. I really say unto you that will soon have the personality of Moroni. For every doubt is turned into light in the Lamb of God. Every mystery will turn into an understandable knowledge. For everything that was done and imagined by man is restored in the Father. Every prophet fulfills the divine universal parable that says, every spirit is trialed in life. This divine parable explains every persecution made against them. For every spirit, when requesting a new form of life, he requests to gain experience in good and evil. Perfection can do anything in the Father, for the Father has created everything. Moroni, as many other prophets, was killed because he did not know the experience of being killed. Everything that happened and all that can be imagined is requested to the Father. Nothing is done without the Father's knowledge. Many times the Father lovingly objects to many of his children's requests, but the spirits in virtue of their free wills insist on a sordid trial that they do not know. Many spirits request to pay debts of the past in the same circumstances and how they made evil. Moroni is not in this law, because for those who request to pay debts in the same way that they sinned, it was written, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth, cell by cell, molecule by molecule, idea by idea. Every experience occurred in every trial of life reverberates into everything about everything. It reverberates in matter and spirit, in the cells and in the virtues, in the physical laws of the carnal body and in the human thinking. Every prophet ventures divine account of his mission to Father Jehovah, and his award is parallel to the number of creatures that his own law transformed. Every belief that came out of every creature is measured by its number of molecules of virtues, and every belief is measured in the kingdom of heavens. The most perfect belief before the Father is the one that is closer to the Father's command. the one that got closer to his divine commandments, for they represent a divine free will that came out of the Father, and every free will of every creature, including every prophet, is subordinated to its creator. For having the Father created everything, he also created the free will. Every prophet exerts an influence in the worlds, according to his hierarchy. So it is that Buddha, Allah, Moroni, etc. had a hemispheric influence. Only the firstborn son constituted in this world a planetary doctrine. Behold the meaning of the divine parable. A tree is known by its fruit. It means that by the intellectual content of the doctrine, its hierarchy is deduced. One who totally transforms a world, that one is first in knowledge before the Father. For there are infinite kinds of first. Nothing has any limit in the Father. Everything is infinitely relative in its eternity. I really say unto you that every prophet has already fulfilled his time. Now comes the harvest. Now comes the intellectual judgment of your acts. A divine judgment that was transmitted to you century after century by the Father's scriptures, the sons and the prophets. The judgment that will be expanded all over the world is the doctrine of the Lamb of God, which will also be called the celestial science. Its author will be known by the pseudonym of Alpha and Omega, for it is more likely for one who used a pseudonym to enter the kingdom of heavens than for one who used his own name. Every pseudonym is a form of humility, in which the concerned one himself does not want to be known by the mundane beings, without the value of his worth being diminished because of it, saying that you have been saying since you were a child. Every human act, every future event requested to the Father, is written in the books of living fire. Just as you see it, in the macrocosm called the kingdom of heavens, everything is alive. Their matter talks to the spirit. So I see Divine Father Jehovah. For your divine grace, I see all the prophets before your divine presence. What a divine sight of materialized fire. I see infinite books of life. I see that each creature has got his own book of life. So it is, little son. Nobody is disinherited, for everybody has got equal rights before the laws of Father Jehovah. I know, little son, that a Mormon son invited you to his church. I really say unto you that each one requested his mission before the Father Jehovah. I really say unto you that the divine revelation of the Father does not constitute any church. For the doctrine of the Lamb of God comes to the world to judge everyone, and to that everyone are the ones who profess religious ideas. Every church with no exception has already got its time, a time written in the book of life. A new psychology is born from the same scriptures of the Father. The Father gave you scriptures and commandments, and by the same ones he shall judge the world. I really say unto you that the human's free will created the religions to interpret the scriptures of the Father. And in this way of interpreting it, all the religious of the world fell before the Father. I really say unto you that every religious spirit is accused by Father Jehovah of dividing the world in many beliefs, being only just one God. Only Satan divides, and he divides himself, for every division perpetuates the division. The so-called religions have reigned in this world for many centuries, and they have never ever got the world to be unified in one only concept in what respects to the Father. Nor will they ever achieve it, for they have served two masters. They say they serve the Father, and they get into an alliance with a strange life system which recognize gold as the only master. Behold the hypocrisy of every church. Not a single hypocrite shall enter the kingdom of heavens, for nobody requested the Father to be one, not even in the most microscopic degree. Every religious being must add up all the seconds of the time in which he served two masters. I really say unto you that there is no religious being that will not have his crying and gnashing of teeth, for because of them no human creature shall enter the kingdom of heavens. For the trials of life did not consist in living divided under any concept. They were told that only Satan divides himself and divides others. I really say unto you, to every spirit that was religious, that will be accused before the world and in the kingdom of heavens, of struggling against the equality taught by Father Jehovah. By expanding the Father his living doctrine, every religious being will have a public judgment, just as all this humanity will. You are blind children of division. Just as you divided the world, you shall also be divided. With the rod measured others, you shall also be measured. It would have been better for you not to have requested the trial of being religious, for your Father would not have cause against you. This proves the world that you did not fulfill the divine mandate of the Scriptures, above everything. If you would have done it, above everything, you religious beings would not have admitted the strange life says, 10 based on gold. You would have struggled against Satan himself. Did you not know that no rich enters the kingdom of heavens? And if you knew it, why did you get into an alliance with him? I verily say unto you, that for each child that followed you in your beliefs, you shall pay molecule by molecule. For they are also alive before the Father. They also complain that they got to know strange morals that divide at them. They complain that they did not get to know the divine equality taught by the Father. They complain and cry. Behold, demons what a false ration to the Father leads to. Behold the terrible consequence of serving two or more masters. The everything above everything gets divided. All the divine covenants made by your Spirit are torn apart. The promise of serving the Father above everything, when not fulfilled, brings along the greatest tragedy to every spirit. This tragedy was announced to you as the crying and gnashing of teeth. For each second of violation of an entire life, paid in existences that must be fulfilled out of the kingdom of heavens. I really say unto you, that not a single religious being shall enter the kingdom of heavens. It is more likely for one who was not religious to enter the kingdom of the Father, and for one who was. It is more likely for one who did not either belong to any religion or philosophy that is divided a single son to enter the kingdom of heavens, than for one who did belong to them. Behold the crying and gnashing of teeth of an entire world, a world that trusts in the blinds leading other blinds. For all the ignorance that came out of every religious being was received as an inheritance by the world. That is why the Divine Father Jehovah told them by his firstborn Son, upon this rock I shall build my church, Alpha and Omega,